Hello Wolfden, my name is Voltorn Elda and welcome to our blind let's play of The Witcher 2 Assassins of Kings. Now, before we get started, do make sure you have seen the previous episode of this, the prelude. I go over a few certain details in regards to this let's play and The Witcher 1. But without any further ado, I'd say let's get started on this brand new adventure. And I'm not going to import my Witcher 1 saves because I don't have them. It's been 4 to 5 years since I played the original game and I just don't have the original stuff anymore. Anyway, we're gonna go for a new game. I already did a tutorial, so no tutorial. And difficulty, normally I would go with normal. Game balance to provide a complete RPG experience, but I wanna see if I can do hard. Give myself a little bit of a challenge, especially because of my experience with Dark Souls combat. So, if stuff turns out to be too difficult, I can always switch back to normal. But anyway, for now, hard it is. Indeed, naught is more repulsive than these monsters that defy nature and are known by the name of Witcher, as they are the offspring of foul sorcery and witchcraft. Unscrupulous scoundrels without conscience and virtue, they are veritable creatures from hell, capable of only taking lives. Monstrum, a portrayal of witches, by Anonymous. "6 years have passed since that memorable day when the northern kingdoms, their forces united, defeated the hosts of Nilfgaard in open battle at Brenna. Famine and disease reign in all the north. Elves and dwarves inhabit ghettos. In ever-increasing numbers they flee to the forests to join the Scoia'tael units. In Temeria, an unidentified assassin attempts to murder King Foltest. The killer dies at the hands of Geralt of Rivia, a professional monster slayer. A month passes. On the banks of the Pontar River, Foltest's army is victorious once more, ending civil strife in the country, yet the price of this triumph proves immense. Okay, and what kind of trouble did we get this time around? The dungeons of Lavalette Castle, 3 days after the battle. What battle?
Come on, Sixes, Daddy needs you. Oh, shit. Ha! 20 orange to Grandad. Looky there, he's awake. You daft! Don't go in there!
Shut it, he's in chains, can't do a thing.
Am I right, Master Geralt?
Okay, once I get out of here, you're gonna pay for that.
Roll again!
Why?
The dice didn't roll!
Calling me a cheat? Take it back.
Look, he's awake again.
Monster slayer, my ass. A regular horson.
How about you release me and we'll
I heard
see about
witches would
that.
start out as roadside orphans taken in by mages. Mages who experiment on them.
Folks say they plough witches come the equinox.
That's how they get those spooky eyes.
Enough! Take him down and put him in the interrogation room. I thought you died. I'm not so easy to kill. I don't believe we've been introduced. Vernon Roach.
Yeah, you do realize my hands are tied. I would shake your hands if I could, but...
Walk around behind me if you want to shake.
How foolish of me. Ves!
So, we know each other, but haven't been introduced, so... In what kind of trouble did we get?
Geralt of Rivia. Care to introduce us?
No, thanks.
Bring something to drink. We can't sit here cotton-mouthed. You will tell me everything you remember. The entire assault. And all that happened in the Solar.
And if I refuse?
I shall have to beat you. I've commanded the Special Forces for a while. Got good at beating others. You're a Witcher. You'd endure much.
You better believe it.
Worst case scenario, you'll suffer through it, go back to your cell, and tomorrow, they'll publicly gut you, skin you, and hang you.
Just like that? For nothing?
No. For Temeria.
Downright praiseworthy. Where should I start?
It was a long day. I wish to hear the important bits.
Well, if you want to hear the important bits, we're gonna have to start at the beginning, I assume. That morning the king summoned me. Well, let's see.
Just so we're clear on this, I was not eager to go into battle, but Foltest is not someone you refuse.
Day of the assault, dawn. Oh, so we're going to figure out what the hell happened these past 3 days. And if I'm right, that looks like Triss Marigold, maybe? It's the red hair. Yeah, most definitely Triss.
Witcher, are you up?
What does it look like? Bad timing,
His
friend.
Majesty, King of Temeria, Pontar, Mahakam, and Sodden, Senior Protector of Bruges, summons Master Geralt to appear before him.
Tell him I'll be there shortly.
Sorry to intrude like this, milady, but the king...
We heard you.
A pleasant day to you, milady.
You can go, my friend.
Witcher.
Move it. Oh my god.
Stupid war. Could have been such a beautiful morning.
A war can never be stupid when waged by your king.
There are no wise wars. People are dying because of a lover's spat. Okay, what's the deal about that?
They've cleared the forests, they're pillaging nearby villages, and they'll soon be murdering each other en masse. Why? Because Foltest's having a spat with the mother of his bastard twins. This is a really stupid war, Triss.
Bastards or not, the children are still royal blood. The Lavalettes are an old Temerian dynasty, and the mix is sufficient basis to vie for the crown. History has known stranger contenders.
Which doesn't change the fact that...
I know. Foltest and the other northern monarchs are neither the smartest nor the most refined, but they're kings, one of whom we serve.
And I'll see Foltest is summoned, protect him if need be. But once the castle falls, we leave.
Did you dream of the wild hunt again?
Mm-hmm.
I can't fully remember the whole ordeal with the wild hunt. I think it was touched upon in the first game, but not entirely sure. Anyway, I'm going to assume that going to talk about that dream is going to advance stuff, so how about a scout reported seeing a dragon? That might be some important knowledge that we would like to know, especially if we're going to go into battle.
One of the scouts swears he saw a dragon down by the river. Claims he ran into a Scoia'tael unit. That would have been it if the dragon hadn't swooped down. The elves apparently bowed in prayer and he escaped.
A dragon in the midst of civilization? Oh, please. Besides, does it matter?
Kinda.
Witchers don't hunt dragons. Or has something changed?
Nothing's changed. And you're right. It's probably not a dragon. Although it could be a forktail or a slizzard. Maybe even an overgrown wyvern.
The scout ran into some elves and scurried away. That's how that story begins and ends.
Well, would he just make up the story of seeing a dragon? That seems kind of weird. Anyway, learn anything about the assassin. I'm going to assume that this is regarding the end of The Witcher 1, where we were with Foltest, getting our bounty for basically killing the Grand Master, I believe, and King Foltest was attacked by an assassin. We came to his rescue at the last moment. I think that's the person we're talking about over here.
The unlucky assassin? How did the autopsy go?
It was a nightmare. In the months since you killed him, the king's medics poked around in his corpse like a bunch of amateurs. What arrived in that cart? Well, I wouldn't even call it a corpse.
Foltest has some trust issues. Did you learn anything?
His pupil suggested he could probably see in the dark as well as you. I couldn't put an age on him.
The killer snuck past all the guards and nearly killed Foltest and me a month ago. And now you tell me he was a witcher?
Possibly. I'm just saying what the autopsy showed. I haven't told anyone, nor do I plan to. I know what it could do to you if it got out. You might be a savior, a king's witcher now, but masters can be as fickle as the colts they ride.
Yeah, especially because... Go tell the king, the guy who tried to kill you, he was a witcher. Witchers are already under complete scrutiny. They are seen as just monsters, non-humans in general, and with the whole racism going on between non-humans and humans, witches are kind of in a weird position in that regard, so on both sides we're seen as the outcast. Anyway, that dream, the wild hunt.
I get the feeling that dream's important. Running frantically through the forest. The wild hunt. They're the last things I remember. I wake up and try to relive the dream and the memory, hoping I'll find some guidance. Some clue to grab onto. Something that'll help me recover my memory.
Dreams can be very powerful. Some people claim they can even shape reality.
People claim a lot of things. The problem is, it's often nonsense.
We'll know in time. I'm sure of it.
Well, in that case, I'd say it's time to go. Get dressed. Well, you get dressed. I'm gonna go see the king.
All right. Time to look to the lustful king and his stupid war.
I'll join you later.
By the king's will, go see King Foltest. Yes. Let's get to it, shall we? Welcome to the prologue of The Witcher 2. This section of the game will introduce you to the story and game world and help you familiarize yourself with basic gameplay mechanisms. Wish you an exciting journey, CD Projekt Red. Yeah, familiarizing ourselves with the game world might be a good place to start. If I'm right, we do have something like a journal with quests and stuff, so might be nice to at least know what we're dealing with over here. By the king's will. Ever since Geralt saved Foltest's life, the king had been fond of keeping his favorite witcher close by his side. Thus, when the monarch laid siege to the walled town and castles of the mutinous Baroness La Valette, Geralt found himself whiling the days away a few tents down from the king's own, in the company of Triss Merigold, a sorcerer, the witcher's lover, and Foltest's royal advisor. These were pleasant moments, despite the mild relentlessness that plagued our hero. Finally, on the day of the assault, he was summoned before his royal majesty, and that is how his troubles began. It's never gonna be easy, right? Never. The Dungeons of the La Valettes. My story begins after the fateful events in which the Witcher Geralt of Rivia, known also as the White Wolf, saved Foltest, Lord of Temeria, from an assassin. From that moment on, the monarch would not quit the Witcher's company, turning him from an itinerant monster slayer into a royal bodyguard, and thus causing him to suffer increasingly. However, since it is unwise to deny a king, Geralt now found himself in the lands of the Lavalettes, where Foltest had taken personal command of the siege of the rebels' family's walled town and castle. Witches know well how fickle fortune can be, and accordingly, luck had abandoned our hero within the castle walls. Due to a tragic mistake, Geralt was imprisoned in the castle's dungeon, where he had to patiently recount recent events to Vernon Roach, Foltest's right-hand man. If you wish to know just how the Witcher plunged from the pinnacle of success to the depths of misfortune, listen to my tale. Now, this all is written not by us, but I'm going to assume it's an old friend of ours, Dandelion. But yeah, something happened and we're going to find out. The Assassins of Kings. When Geralt thwarted the plans of the Grand Maester or Grand Master of the Order of the Flaming Rose, it seemed the situation in Vizima would return to normal sooner or later. A blow came from unexpected quarter. As the Witcher was collecting his reward from King Foltest, an assassin sneaked into the throne room of the royal palace. Foltest would have perished if not for the Witcher's presence of mind. Geralt defeated the would-be Kingslayer and thus saved the monarch's life. But the Witcher was left wondering who had sent the killer and why. Intriguingly, the assassin seemed very similar to a Witcher, so much that he might have even been one, and that is kinda worrying. Okay, Lavalette Castle, this is where we are right now. During my travels I visited the dynastic abode of the Lavalette family several times. Anyone who considers Vizima an impressive city is unlikely to have seen the ancestral citadel of the Lavalettes. The immensity of the fortress is simply breathtaking, to the extent that calling it a mere castle is either a gross inaccuracy or a jest. Expanded over generations, the walled town boasts the greatest fortifications in Temeria, and perhaps in all of the northern kingdoms. The citadel is located near the strategically important White Bridge, which connects the banks of the Pontar. It commands the entire area, including nearby trade routes and the river crossing. No wonder then that the rebellion of the Lavalettes disturbed Foltest's sleep. It's all about power, and losing a strategic point like this would indeed be troublesome. And speaking of characters, Triss Merigold. I have known the sorcerer Triss Merigold for a long time, for she is one of Geralt's closest friends. The young, pretty, talented auburn-haired mage from Maribor hardly reminded me of the giggling flapper of years past. Her knowledge, abilities and loyalty have brought her far. A hero from Sodden, known as the 14th of the Hill, for she was mistakenly counted as the 14th mage to die in that battle. She sat on the royal council of King Foltest of Temeria. And though they say that the monarch's favour is uncertain, for the king had once expelled all mages from Temeria, Triss had managed to gain Foltest's trust. As regards the Witcher, everyone who was witness to Triss's friendship with Geralt, anyone who saw them together, would easily confirm that these two had much in common, and it is common knowledge that an old flame never dies. So mages in general are kind of in a weird spot too. Previously outcast, but right now as a royal advisor, trust can be a fickle thing. Speaking of outcasts, Geralt of Rivia. Behold our hero. Subjected to mutations and rigorous sword and sorcery training as a child, he has become a superhuman monster slayer. Always penniless and often disdained by those who he protects, he wanders the world seeking work. Fate has little mercy for him, piling obstacles in his way, yet he trudges on. He has more scruples than a begging bum has fleas. Doubts haunt him even when a band of ruffians, knives drawn, approaches him on the highway. Is he a good man? I do not think so. Does he try to maintain his humanity? I believe he does. You must know that Geralt of Rivia died once already, or at least everyone thought him dead. During a massacre in Rivia, he sought to defend non-humans and felt the overwhelming odds. Placed in a boat, he floated into the mist, into a realm where he finally found peace. Not for long. Because of forces to be mentioned later, Geralt returned just in time to defend the witch's ancient home fortress, Kaer Morhen. and then embarked on a mission to recover the secrets stolen from it. Along the way, he took part in the Scoia'tael uprising, shattered a powerful criminal organization, and killed the Grand Master of the Order of the Flaming Rose. All the while, his fame as a lover grew. Well, that's Geralt for you. As if all this wasn't enough, he then foiled the attempted assassination of King Foltest of Temeria and became one of the monarch's most trusted men. Well, if we end up in jail, something went horribly wrong with that trust. King Foltest. In retrospect, His Royal Majesty King Foltest was certainly an exceptional persona when compared to the other crowned heads of the time. The King of Temeria, Prince of Sodden, Sovereign of Pontar and Mahakam, and Senior Protector of Bruges, Angren, Riverdale and Elendar was a firm and decisive ruler. As, I suppose, one should expect from someone so abundantly titled. I was just about to say that. Oh my god, that is a lot of titles. He was the kind of man who, when hit, made a sound suggesting he was forged of steel and not molded of bird dung. Being unmarried, he led a rather casual private life. In his youth, while still a prince, Foltest strove to demonstrate what he was capable of, and he proved capable of much. The love affair he had with his own sister, by whom he fathered his eldest daughter Ada, is widely known, as is his later affection of Baroness Mary Louisa Lavalette. Both relationships bore heavy consequences, so to speak, and in both instances, Geralt found himself stuck in the middle of the resulting mess. Yeah, with Ada we kinda had to deal with that in The Witcher 1, where she was kind of cursed into a monster known as a Striga. And here we have the guy who's writing all of this, I'm guessing. Yeah, it's always awkward to write about oneself, yet I cannot shirk this duty. In an effort to preempt any accusations of partiality, I shall set down the humblest of notes relating only the best known facts. Why don't I believe you, Dandelion? Why don't I believe you? Dandelion, in reality the Viscount de Lettenhof, though titles are unimportant, is a certified troubadour, a lecturer at Oxenford University, a persona known among society as a charmer, poet, dandy and unparalleled lover. Almost everyone north of the Yaruga has heard of him, and those who have not are either bores or simpletons, or both. As a result of which their opinions do not matter in the slightest. Oh god. Dandelion played a significant part in the most important events of the era. He loved, fought, negotiated and acquired immense knowledge, even that of the forbidden variety. His works are a testimony of the times, but it is his moving poetic tropes that have brought him true fame. The important thing in this story is that Dandelion was a friend to Geralt of Rivia, possibly his only true friend. He was Geralt's confidant, advisor and companion in misery, for it was impossible to experience good fortune in the witch's company. What Geralt did, Dandelion faithfully recounted, and one should not give credence to who accuses this humble chronicler of confabulating. Yeah, right, Dandelion. Oh my god. Okay, so this Vernon Roach, we know him, but didn't know his name. There is a man like Vernon Roach in every monarch's retinue. Brave and determined, ready to execute any command, and thoroughly hated at court. He knows that only allegiance and service to the king keep him in his position. Roach was the leader of the Blue Stripes, King Foltest's special forces, renowned, among other things, for battling the Scoia'tael and quelling many a rebellion's non-human community. It was under his command that the unit rose to fame. Vernon earned Foltest's favor and trust through his deeds. One word from the king and he would jump headlong into fire, asking only how long he was to stay there and hold his ground. That's the kind of man Vernon Roach was at the time. So, was at the time. Does that mean he was about to change in that regard? Either way, our problem people in this case, Anne Lavalette, the daughter of Baroness Mary Louisa Lavalette, was a scant few summers old at the time. Rumors that King Foltest was her father gave beginning to many important events. I love our spat. And Ves. The fair-haired Fess stood apart from the rest of Vernon Roach's unit, and not only in that she was the only woman in an elite formation of hardened cutthroats and swashbucklers. Her girlish face and shapely body would stand out even if a uniform did not emphasize them, for there is something in soldier women that attracts a man's gaze, and Fess was no exception. The reader should not, however, be misled by this description. One does not earn a Blue Stripes membership with good looks, but with skill, determination, and at times, ruthlessness. Anyone disregarding Fess would pay dearly for misjudging this young woman. Because of her gender, Fess would sometimes receive assignments where her beauty was more important than her combat abilities and efficiency. Roach had used Fess as his trump card more than once. Well, I think that gives us a little bit of insight on who we are dealing with. So, saving game progress. Yeah, your game is progress is saved automatically from time to time. Also manually save pressing F5. Well, always nice to do that. Perfect. So, King Foltest. Use the medallion to detect nearby threats, monsters, containers, and places of power. I'm a looter. I love to loot, and I'm gonna loot as much as possible. Mandrake root, perfect. We are gonna need a lot of supplies for potions, bombs, and everything that we can get, so perfect. In any case, King Foltest is waiting for us. Ooh. Oh, that is awesome. Trebuchet Chase. Or Big Bertha's, not entirely sure. In any case, war is going on, and we have to go in that direction by the look of things. I like to explore though. I like to explore, talk, and see what we can deal with.
You do know that King Foltest is waiting, right? Honestly, if you had to deal with timed missions and quests and stuff, I wouldn't be surprised if you failed nearly all of them. Thank God that Gwent isn't in this game just yet.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Morning, Witcher.
Morning.
Those blades of yours should be useful today.
Well, I certainly hope so. Job done? Okay, know the battle plan for today.
Does Foltest plan to continue the siege?
No, we're to mount an assault.
Finally.
Truth be told, I'd rather sit here than risk my neck on those walls.
Understandable. Very understandable. Learn anything about the assassin?
Foltest's would-be assassin. You said you'd ask around.
I put the word out. I did.
And?
It's a riddle wrapped inside a secret.
I thought you knew people who could help.
I can give you any cutthroat in Temeria. Problem is, your assassin came from elsewhere.
You sure?
Sure as you stand before me.
So outside of Temeria. That might be problematic, because that means we're talking about complete other kingdoms. And that makes everything a whole lot more complicated. In any case, job is done? Did we have a contract for you?
I did what you asked.
You killed the cockatrice. Wonderful.
We did.
Tough job.
Routine Witcher's work.
I'll have your coin as soon as we finish off the Lavalettes. I'll be generous, I promise.
I'd like it beforehand. Promises made before battle are often hard to keep.
Well, take care, I'd say. Does that mean we got the golds? 315 orange. I'm not sure if that's what we got. Ooh, we have a lot of stuff, by the way. Nice. Okay, do I want to take a look over here? Ooh, Blue Stripes combat jacket. Mage's trousers. That's not the stuff that we currently got. Ooh, this might be DLC related stuff. I think I'm gonna keep the stuff that we currently got. Later on we can always change. Anyway.
Oh, looky there, new boy, it's that Witcher.
Hi.
Geralt of Rivia ought to know about amulets.
Witcher, sir. I have a question for you.
Amulets? What are we dealing with?
We know each other?
Don't recognise your old mates. We're the Crinfrid Reavers.
Don't recognize you because of that.
As did Boholt. After the hunt for the Golden Dragon, he took a spill and hit his head on a rock. He can still be a beast in battle, but besides that, he don't do much save eat and shit. Rarely even lusts after women.
I doubt that's amnesia.
I'm Kenneth, and this one here they call Desperate, and this is New Boy. He's apprenticing with us like. I haven't had much luck with the monsters of late, so we enlisted. Now New Boy's gotten himself into this wager situation. Would you help us for old time's sake?
What kind of
I mean,
wager?
we all got a little riled. but those are bygones, as I see it.
We'd have set you free. The sorceress, too. Boholt was just fooling about the raping and all.
Rape? Excuse me, what?
What rape?
Shut your trap, Desperate. The Witcher don't remember. Waste of words to remind him. We're old mates, that's that.
So you'd have raped this old mate?
Just the sorceress. You were there to kill the dragon, the sorceress too. The peasants wanted at it, everyone did. But there was only one prize, and we argued. There was some commotion, a regular rumble in fact. We tied you up like hogs, meaning you and the sorceress, and went after the beast. But that dragon thrashed us so hard, we spent the next half year licking our wounds. And you done freed yourselves of your bonds.
Who was the sorceress?
Raven-haired she was. Remember her name, Desperate?
Conifer or some such. So, willing to help some old friends, Witcher?
So this Conifer was someone we knew? I'm going to assume. Yeah, that's the thing. Because we have lost our memory in The Witcher 1, we don't fully know the story of Geralt's past. So most of that is still a big mystery over here. So this Conifer, whoever she is, a mage. We seem to be attracted to mages in that regard. Anyway, what is this problem that you've got? Something about a wager?
What kind of trouble are you in now?
It's a matter of life, death, and quite a bit of coin in point of fact. New boy bet tonight that he'll survive the assault in his shirt and knickers alone.
Really?
We drunk a bit by then, I admit, but a wager's a wager. Our honor's at stake.
A soldier's honor versus a knight's. I think I get it.
The very core of the matter, Witcher. We're slated to go in the first wave.
Oh boy.
So the going's liable to be hard. New boy's brave, but he can't survive by courage alone. In any case, we've come into this bauble that's supposed to protect him, magically like. You mind casting an expert's glance at it, seeing as sorcery and such is not strange to you?
Let me see this bauble.
Your wolf medallion, I saw it shake.
Magic.
It reacts to magic.
So it's true, what the priest said. Hear that, new boy? You'll be safe.
Um,
We'll fleece that night, we will.
I wouldn't be too sure about that just yet. First things first, where did you get this amulet?
Where did you get this talisman?
We came by it, let's say.
Okay.
We were on patrol, see, and ran into a couple of novice priestesses praying at this shrine. They were nice, smiling and all.
We done wanted to take them two on patrol. Ho ho ho! But
Shut it! Boholt had one of his rare moments of clairvoyance, went rummaging in the shrine and found the amulet.
who knows what goes on in that head of his? But every now and then he wakes up as good old Boholt.
Aye, he still cuts them down with a single wallop. In any case, we took the amulet and went off to find the rest of the patrol. Oh, the wonders we saw. First, ran into some squirrels, vicious ones, arrows flying everywhere, but we came through untouched. Barely 3 of the others still standing when a dragon swooped down, the elves fell to their knees, and we all legged it. The amulet's magic for certain.
Though it failed to protect the shrine from your patrolling.
Fair point.
Aye, true. Well, now we don't know what to think.
Well, if you want my honest opinion, I'd say the amulet could help you. Seems to me the amulet brings trouble. It's infused with magic, though what kind, I don't know. That is true, I don't know what kind, but think about it. You took the amulet, and after that you had attacks by the square tile, the squirrels, dragon attack. Honestly, it seems to me that the amulet brings trouble. It did not protect the original owners from the amulet from you guys founding it, so I'd say it seems to me that the amulet brings more trouble than good. It is. If you are going into battle in just your underwear without anything else, you're signing your own death right here, right there. So, seems to me that the amulet brings trouble.
Who knows? Maybe the amulet is unlucky. Maybe it draws trouble. I doubt you left the shrine untouched. Then the square's hell, the dragon.
I told you as much. We need to get the boy some plate.
Wait a minute. We owe the Witcher some thanks.
But we're broke as shit peddlers.
Fancy the amulet, Witcher. It might draw trouble, be cursed in some way, but you might lift the curse. Sell it off.
Well, That does sound rather interesting. You got me intrigued with this amulet, so even if it does... Oh god. Even if it does bring us trouble, this is how we end up in jail. Fine. I'll take it.
I'll take it.
It's all yours.
Witcher, you available for normal business still? Willing to hunt monsters?
For a price?
Yeah, I'm willing. Why do you ask?
Well, 'cause we were out with those scouts that saw the dragon. No one believes us, but...
The sound in the assembly. That's us. But we'll find you after the battle, Witcher.
Wait.
Farewell.
Well, I hope you guys survive. New boy? Be safe, I'd say. Okay, what did that say? Melitelli's heart. In Foltest's camp, Geralt ran into the Crinfrid Reavers. Having lost his memory, the Witcher no longer recalled the troubles this bunch of rogues had caused during the famous hunt for the Golden Dragon. As it turned out, Kenneth, Desperate and Boholt had recruited a new comrade. With great originality they called him New Boy, perfect name. The four were to join in the assault on Lavalette Castle that day. The problem was that the drunken Reavers had bet one of Foltest's night that New Boy would survive the battle while attacking solely in his trousers and shirt. Never go into battle unprepared. Everyone is wearing armor of some kind. Especially if you're in the first row of the attack. Just know. A protective amulet they had plundered from a roadside shrine was to help him. Asked for his advice, Geralt expressed doubt that the amulet's protective properties and discouraged the Reavers from undertaking their daring escapade. New Boy reasonably decided to don his armor. Thank God, he was going to get himself killed. Okay, so do we now have that amulet? Yes. Oh, armor minus 10%. Oh boy, supposedly a very powerful trinket capable of protecting its owner. Supposedly, but not really.
I just know I'm gonna die.
Well,
I don't want to die on a bed.
Hopefully it's not going to happen. Anyway, moving on. I like my loot. Mandrake root and ooh, what have we got? Iron ore. Nice. I didn't do too much with crafting in the original game, so I'm not entirely sure.
Stop bothering me.
Yes, sir. Okay, examine. Oh. Enlist in the army. I want you. Perfect. Okay.
Immune to disease, eh?
Jealous? Okay, so not everywhere there's a whole lot to do, but say...
Your presence insults the gods. They'll turn away from us in battle.
If you keep saying that, it will indeed happen like that.
Any advice from a veteran?
Don't die. And also, any more advice? Yeah. Don't die, and also, just don't die. Don't be foolish. Well, enjoy your meal, I'd say. Okay, anything else? More loot. I like my loot. Iron ore, diamond dust, twine. That's gonna be very useful in the nearby future. Ooh, are you? Place of power, yes. Once a place of power is active, enter its perimeter to improve your character stats automatically. And also some basil. So, okay, something improved. Can we see what that is? Attributes somewhere. Knowledge, no. Abilities, no. Okay, so I'm not entirely sure what that is. No. Not entirely sure. Anyway, moving on. Let's see what else we're dealing with. I'm not going to loot every single tidbit in the game, although using interactive objects while standing in front of a man pressing the required key. Yeah. I'm not gonna loot everything, but I'm gonna try to loot at least some stuff, because red meteorite. Nice. There is still some very useful stuff here and there.
Any advice from a veteran?
Make sure to brush your teeth.
Let's show them the meaning of horror.
Yeah, how about no? Don't be cruel. Okay, so that's where we need to go. King Foltest is waiting, I know. Oh, so they are trebuchets. Okay, got it. Yeah, I'm curious. I want to see what we're dealing with. Does it mean the place of power boost is going away? Yes. We'll manage. Okay, so anyone we can talk to?
Move those those feet! This is the army, not the barnyard! On the double! Move it! Now!
What did you do wrong? Did you disobey orders? Oh my god. Okay, okay, so most of these are trading, if I have to guess. Igor.
Kick their asses, Geralt.
Working on it. Anyone else got something? Hi?
Your presence insults the gods.
Yeah,
Turn away
insulting
from
the
us in
gods.
battle.
Well aware of it. Let's see. Diamond dust, very nice. We'll just have to wait and see. Hi. Strong arm.
Greetings. Can I interest you in a worthy cause? We could use your support.
Okay, what worthy cause?
A veterans fund for former fighting men of need.
Uh-huh. Found anyone gullible enough to fall for that?
There's nothing to fall for. It's just some arm wrestling.
Ooh.
Arm wrestling?
Yeah, why? You put down some coin and we wrestle. Win and the pot is yours. Lose and... well, the coin goes to the fund.
Yeah,
There
the
to test
fund.
your strength.
Oh, you're going to regret this, pal. I'm a witcher. Well, let's go all out. Bet 2 orange. It's not that much.
We'll skin them
Okay, so
alive.
how does this work? Keep the indicator in the yellow field. If the yellow field reaches the left of the bar, you lose. Oh, okay. So keep it inside and we'll be okay. I hope that works properly. Come on. And here we go. 2 orange. Thank you very much. I will gladly put that in my
that's
own
some
fund.
strength you've got in that arm of yours.
Challenging me was a
They're in
mistake.
for a beating.
Okay, anything else over here? Hello? Are you playing dice poker by any chance? If so, yes, dice poker.
Greetings.
I haven't played dice poker in a while.
Ah, it's like walking. You don't forget how to do it unless you're drunk. Roll a few rounds with me.
Yes, I've got the time. Let's roll some dice. This is all based on luck. Do I want to bet the maximum? Yes, let's go for it. We'll see. Roll the dice. Ooh. Okay, so this is... I hope it functions the same as it did in The Witcher 1. I love dice poker there. Do we roll the dice? We could have done a better roll over there. Let's see. How does this work? Okay, one... Oh my... You start with 4 of a kind. There is no way in hell I'm going to beat that. Although I do have... Ooh, I've got 2 pairs. I'm not entirely sure if this is going to work. I would need to look up what scores higher. Would 4 of a kind score higher than possibly a full house? Maybe. I'm gonna bet. Yeah, the raise by 3, of course. Please, please be lucky. Come on. Can't see what it is. Ooh. Oh, wait. You lost the dice at... Wait, so... I've got a full house. And I still lose because... Nah, bloody hell. Well, there goes a lot of orange.
I believe my looks with me today.
I believe you're cheating. There's no possible way. You even lost one of your dice in the end. Okay, I want a rematch.
Leave it to the big guy to easily get distracted. He did warn for this though. It's going to be a long playthrough. Luckily, however, we know that King Foltest also plays dice, so I'm sure he would understand.